Just saying we had winter weather pretty much across the middle part of the country into our area. We've had some snow and ice here. Some schools are on delays and closed. Check that out on our website. And this weekend, at least in our area, it's looking like we are going to get some, they're saying,
a second round.
Friday, Saturday, snow, sleet. My friend, the Diesel, my pickleball partner, wants to drive up in elevation into the mountains to play in a pickleball tournament. Driving into the teeth of the storm.
Yeah, that's driving more into it.
That's right.
Have you given him your preliminary answer?
No, I'm just staring at it. He sent it and he said, this is Saturday.
You left him on red?
Yeah, I left him on red. He said, this is Saturday. Well, he wants to play tonight.
What?
Tonight.
Outside?
Outdoors tonight.
Isn't the wind chill supposed to be in the teens?
Oh, yes, with heavy winds and, snow and ice.
The precip should be gone.
Well,
yeah,
there is that.
He says, but I don't think it'll dry up. I said, I don't know if it'll dry up now.
30-mile-an-hour winds do a lot of drying.
Yeah.
Really does knock you down out there, though, I'll tell you. The 30-mile-an-hour winds will take you out. The Hawk is out, and I couldn't believe it. I got the text yesterday. Like, looks like it's going to be over by noon. Let's play tomorrow night. And I was like, are you serious?
Huh?
You want to play? And, we just recently played out. You saw the videos.
I did.
Yeah.
That's the video I thought was in slow motion, but you said was real time.
Well, that was real time.
That was an insult.
Yeah, it was. And by the way.
Oh, you can play it at regular speed. That is.
I watched a lot of those videos over the weekend.
Sad.
Of yourself?
Of myself. To try to pick up some pointers for myself. We played these guys named Brian and Daniel, and one of them
had a camera.
He likes to record his pickleball games and, put them on his YouTube channel. I can't tell you how popular this is. The views on that are staggering.
Have you thought about monetizing?
Not until right now. That's a good, maybe.
That's maybe a revenue stream you could be overlooking.
So take a look at our pickleball play. But anyhow, like when we are in the far court, you can see us but can't hear us. But
Okay.
we're in the near court, you can still hear us. So I watched 3 or 4 of the games, to try to pick up some pointers for myself. And
Film study.
That's
how you separate the good from the great.
Film study. Thank you. And when we're in the far court, I can hear our opponents.
Oh, no.
And I'm looking right at you, Daniel. He's like, hit it to Chris.
The big lefty.
Go with the big lefty. He's so slow.
He's their weak link.
He's so slow. You got to hit it to him. What's our strategy? Just hit it him all night, and they're pointing at me. And like,
Right at him.
Right at him. Go right at him. It hurts. When you hear it.
If you hit him in the nuts, I'll give you $10. We're not going to look at their head hunting. Do it.
Right. That's head hunting.
That's right.
That's bounty gate. I just cannot take that. I was shocked to hear.
Oh, I forgot I was recording this.
This is the worst mic'd up segment ever.
He is so slow. Just hit it up. See how slow he is. Like they'd beat me on a point and just touch tips and come back and see how slow he is. I told you. He's really, really
All
slow.
night long.
Let's lob him. Do it.
Looks like we'll be home before 10.
They were. There's a lot of that going on.
I'll tell you, as Chris Demm just pointed out, you go up this mountain to go play pickleball in a snowstorm. Something happens. We'll have to do your obituary.
I know.
Oh, God.
Live on the air.
I know.
Yeah, your car will slide off the mountain coming down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Having won your first gold ever.
Drape it across my neck. I'll leave it to you two. My wife won't think of it. Drape it across my neck as I'm in the casket, please. So it'll be laying there on me.
We had a big project planned.
Yeah, you just detailed a massive audio
We've
project.
got a massive audio project that I said to Biggie.
So I guess that'll come off of Biggie's to-do list.
Yeah, I went ahead and put it in quotation marks right now.
Yeah.
Especially since you decided to go up the mountain during the snowstorm.
Into the storm.
That's our goal. That's sort of how we handle things. That's Diesel's thing.
You ever think about having a different booker?
No, I never have. That's really been it's been his thing to book us, and he wants to play on Saturday in the teeth of a blizzard as we drive into it to go and try to take gold.
This is the time of year when the game shifts southward, right? I mean, this is when you see the people in Boca.
Yeah.
I thought the first year,
Tampa.
yes, I really felt like the first year we wouldn't play in January, February, or early March. Just say, all right, let's take a few months off here. But that has not been the case. We have kept on playing, even outside.
When's the last time you say, Kelly, you had fun playing pickleball?
Can't remember it. Too long ago.
It's not about the fun.
It's not about fun.
I know.
It's about winning always. I saw this. Now, Biggie, would you do the 75 hard? Saw it on the Today Show over the weekend. They were chronicling the things to do to get into shape for the new year. By the way, this is Hoda Kotb's last week on the Today Show. They're having a Hodabration all week long.
Big old hoedown.
That came up quick.
The hoedown. Yeah, she wanted to get through the election and into the new year.
Well, yeah, she's done this month, and I think the woman who does the CBS Evening News is stepping down.
Also done. Nora O'Donnell?
Yeah, either right before or right after the inauguration.
But I think this is it for Hoda, right? This week before the inauguration.
Correct. Friday was her last day.
The hoedown, as Chris Demm calls it, goes on this week.
Will you? Are you recording for posterity?
I think so. Yeah. We record the Today Show.
Will you weep?
Well, she will. I know that. And yeah, probably so.
The wall cry.
If I'm looking along. Of course. Hoda is beloved, obviously, on the Today Show. And this is her last week on there. 75 Hard started as a TikTok challenge a couple of years ago, and now it's catching on. More and more people are doing it. Here's what you do. It is a 75-day workout routine that you can start anytime. Many people start on New Year's Day.
I see.
But what you do is you cut out all cheat meals, all alcohol, all sugar for 75 days. And for 75 days in a row, you do 2 45-minute workouts, one of them outside, one of them inside.
Regardless of the weather.
No matter what, you're doing this. And you drink 3 liters of water and read 10 pages of a nonfiction book every single day for 75 days. That's 2.5 months of double workouts, perfect diet, and 10 pages of a nonfiction book. So you learn something along the way. So you're doing it for your brain and your body. And those that have done it in years past say it's unbelievably rewarding and unbelievably difficult.
Do you think, what are the percent, if you had to guess right now, this moment, people listening to this program, percentage of people who've done a hard 75 or 75 hard?
0. I don't think anybody's done that. Do you?
I bet there's
somebody listening.
I bet there's a half dozen or so people who've done it.
Done the 75 hard?
Yeah.
Good Lord, Whitebread's on the phone. He did it. Look at that. That quickly. I haven't talked to Whitebread in a while.
It's been a while.
Whitebread, you did the 75 hard?
Gentlemen, good morning. Yes, I did.
That is impressive. How difficult was it?
It was definitely hard. I'm not going to downplay it in any way.
Yeah.
You have to be really structured. You have to come at it with a plan. You really have to think ahead with all the things. I think a lot of people fail surprisingly when they have to drink that gallon of water a day. Because most times they don't have enough salt in their diet to be able to retain that water. And then also they don't drink it enough throughout the day. So they'll get to like 5 o'clock and all they drink is maybe 64 ounces or something like that.
Yeah.
And then there have been people who have ended up in the hospital because they drank too much water too quickly. And then the cheat meals is not terrible. I've been pretty disciplined on staying away from cheat meals for a while, if I want to. And then the workouts, it's important to realize you don't have to do like a really strenuous workout twice a day. I always did some sort of weightlifting for one of them, but then the other one I would just walk for 45 minutes.
That's the outdoor part. You just go walk for 45 minutes. Well, that's okay then.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Well, how did you feel at the end of the 75?
Oh, I was shredded.
You're shredded.
Absolutely shredded.
It worked.
Yeah.
Now you're talking.
Oh, man, that's your music to Kelly's ears, Whitebread.
Thank you.
That's all you want.
Thank you, Whitebread.
I'm out. I can't do it.
Why?
I have to, too much water. I'm on a
you can't
fluid
take too
intake
much water.
limit. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm on a fluid pill. I'm out.
Otherwise.
Hard 75.
Yeah.
Thank you, Whitebread. What if you did it just without the water? You know, you could.
I could do that.
Let's do a hard 75. You know, I don't think my wife would let me do the hard 75 because.
Sorry, guys, my wife won't let me.
She says.
Which part?
The second workout. Like, I'll go to the gym anyway, but the second but it's just walking. You know, it's just walking outside.
But everything you do is indoors.
Yes.
Well, does pickle count as an outdoor activity?
I think it probably would, wouldn't you think? For an outdoor.
Based on the video I saw, no. I'm going to say hard no.
But if just walking for 45 minutes counts, I wouldn't, I mean, I am on my feet at the very least. Now, it's a lumber. It's a slow motion
It's a lumbering gait.
California Chris, you're talking about 75 hard. Talk to us.
Yeah, hey fellas, I'll echo what the previous caller said on the difficulty and the sacrifice. I made it to 74 hard. I was coming back from Europe on the last day, and I was supposed to get back to North Carolina at about 3 p.m., plenty of time to do my exercises, and the plane got diverted, ended up in Ireland, stuck on the tarmac, didn't land until right at midnight, so I missed my my exercise mandate for the very last day.
Oh, man.
74.
You did 74 hard. Wow. Well, was it rewarding anyway, though?
Yeah, well, I just tell everybody I did the whole program.
Yeah.
Don't need to bore them with the details, right? But with the facts
Yeah.
of the way of good story.
Of course. That is a good story.
How did you feel at the end of the 74/75?
The physical part was good, but really it was just having the structure. And like the previous caller said, probably the most difficult thing was just remember to drink water, because you really don't want to drink that much water naturally.
Yeah.
So if you get behind during the day, you got to catch up,
Yeah.
But, but it's a good program. I would say the key is to have a plan coming off of it, because if you don't have a plan coming off of it, you go right back to where you were.
Oh, that makes sense.
Interesting.
What book did you choose, California Chris?
I read about four different books. Atlas Shrugged, I think, was one of them. I read some motivational books, some, historical books.
Okay.
Wow.
Body, mind, and spirit, baby.
Look at you, California Chris. It's a great thing. Honestly, if you can do that, that's amazing.
My wife won't let me, California Chris.
I don't think she would. Here's. I'm getting ready to approach this with her. I'm thinking about it. I'm reading this new book on longevity. Okay. It's a nonfiction, so that would count if I was doing this program. And the guy in it, he's talking about trying to live not just longer, but better and getting more out of life. And he's a doctor now. I mean, he's a physician, and he studied this for a long time. And, he's talking about, as you would expect, how when you age, you lose so much muscle. You know how that goes. Just naturally, you're going to lose it. So he says one big test is to just be able to carry things like a heavy weight from one place to another. And he does something called rucking or rucksacking. And all that is...
That's an old school word that I'm hearing
rucking.
more and more.
He really stands by that. And he's exactly my age. And says you should take a backpack and fill it. There are special rucking rucksacks. And I'm thinking about asking for one for my birthday. And you take it and you fill it with first 20 pounds of weight, and you go and walk as far as you can. You hike as far as you can, preferably up and down hills. And then you also add to the weight. And eventually you want to be able to do a third of your weight for 4 miles. So you would want to carry, like if I weigh 200 pounds, I would want to have, 65 pounds for about 4 miles on your back. And that really trains you for when you get older. And then when you're not carrying something, you have much better balance and more strength. So when you're 75, you're not carrying anything, you have a lot more strength. So I'm considering asking for a rucksack for my birthday from my wife, but I don't think she's going to get it for me.
Yeah, you might get a nutsack. I know how your family works. Oftentimes when someone wants something out of the ordinary,
yes,
a PowerPoint presentation is involved.
Maybe that's...
Have you thought about putting one together? Maybe someone up in sales can help you put it together.
Well, that's a good idea. That's how my daughter got her bunny rabbit. She put a PowerPoint together.
Oh, yeah.
Really
she
worked.
did a great job on that.
Yeah, it really worked. So that was...
I really want a rucksack.
I really want a rucksack. When I saw
it's in this book.
I thought, man,
what are you going to put in the back?
It's weights. I mean, it's designed for weights.
But you can't just use standard hand weights, right? Or is it
like the plates? You get 10-pound plates.
You don't want bulk. I mean, you want obviously weight.
It's designed, I guess, to
not
put
dumbbells.
No, they're like the plates you would put on dumbbells. 10 pounds a piece, and they slide inside. Now the rucksacks aren't cheap. I've already Googled them. And some of them are like $250, which I thought was way too expensive. Some of them are $75, but I wonder.
What about your daughter's My Little Pony backpack?
Well, I thought about that. I thought just get a regular.
Just run around the neighborhood with
My
that.
Little Pony and put some bags of flour in it or something.
Yeah.
And just
put a book in there.
Put 60 pounds of books in there and go and
go pound sand.
Walk up and down.
Walk around with sand on your back.
Probably exactly what I was thinking. It could happen. I don't know if my wife will let me, though. That's just something that she cautions me against it. But I'll say it might be time for me to rock.
Can live forever.
That would give me, I could do the 75 hard then, because that would give me the gym and then some rucking later on.
But the problem, as we've heard with two of the previous callers, is you and your water intake.
Yeah, that's different.
Because the last time you tried to do hyper drink water, you ended up cramping.
See, the problem is you go to extremes. You will overfill the rucksack.
Well, possibly. I might start too high. But the water, what California Chris was talking about, or White Bread was talking about, most people would wait till the end of the day and suck down a ton of water. I tried that one time, almost ended up in the ER. Remember I left those salt footprints behind, salty footprints.
You were squishing.
I was. Echo, you're talking about rucksacks. Go ahead.
Hey guys, P1 Echo here.
Yes,
my stepfather has a rucksack. It's a specially designed backpack with kind of like a briefcase sleeves in them.
Mm-hmm.
You can add in different plate weights, 10 pounds, 20 pounds, so you can go up and down.
Yes.
And also you can get like wristbands or like leggings where they strap around with Velcro. Mm-hmm. And my stepfather uses them all the time whenever he's out in the yard mowing the lawn, and it's really helped him. And he's in his 60s. So
listen, this guy in this book swears by them, because if you can carry weights in your middle age, it builds up so much strength. And it helps you, because he was talking about, thank you very much, Echo. Like, you know how many people when they're 75, they fall and they break a hip or something. This wards against that. It builds up bone density so the hip doesn't break on its own, and it's supposed to prevent falls because it helps with your balance. Like, especially like walking down a hill with 60 pounds on your back.
Mm-hmm.
Tough, but it builds you up.
I think the first time I ever heard that term was in the military.
I think it's a military thing.
Yeah.
It's rucksacking. Mm-hmm. So this guy does it. And I immediately became interested, but I have to approach my wife with it in a very delicate way because she thinks I overdo things anyway.
Right. Is there an elephant's graveyard of exercise equipment in your garage at the moment?
Well, in fact, interesting you point that out. We have mountain bikes, as you know.
Yes.
And now my wife just this weekend said for herself she wants to buy a stationary bike and start riding that at home. And she said, do you think that's too much of an expense? And I said, do it. I said, do it.
But this was a strategic play.
Of course. So that now, when my birthday comes around, I'll say, hey, remember when I said yes to the exercise bike? How about a rucksack?
Just want a little rucksack.
Do a little rucking? You want to do a little ruck?
Oh, yeah, ruck, yeah.
What if she said it's the rucksack or that thing I do once a year on your birthday? Kill myself.
Have to kill myself. I can't choose. They're both so good, I don't know. The rucksack's way more painful, but you get more out of it at the end. I mean, the other thing she does once a year on my birthday. God.
But that's once a year.
I know, and then it's over. And you're like, well,
leaves like Cinderella. Back to a pumpkin.
You're right. Trent, you're talking about rucksacking. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So I'm in the military, and rucksacking is a great fundamental workout. I mean, it works your full body. I mean, if you're looking to lose weight, build strength, add muscle, rucking is really all you need. Definitely builds that strength, builds that core, and at the end of the day, hey, you look good, you feel good, your day's going to be good. You know what I mean?
Yes. That's the best call of the year.
Will you come to Kelly's house?
Will you tell my wife, please? That's the best call of the year so far. Thank you, Trent.
Oh, we rucking now.
I'm gonna ruck. I've got to. And I'm not waiting for my birthday either. I'm rucking.
Yeah.
I do what I want.
I'm a grown man.
I'm a grown man.
I don't need permission.
I'll buy myself a rucksack. Just do it. Walk around the neighborhood with my rucksack on and everything.
Sleeping on the couch with my rucksack on.
With my wrist weights, my ankle weights.
I'm doing it.
Weighted headband.
I'm doing it.